Celebrities live their life in the public eye, which means that fans often know all the ins and outs of their personal relationships. With their romances in the spotlight, it's almost a guarantee that the public will find out when things go sideways. But despite the fact that fans watch their every move, some stars still think they won't get caught cheating. They really believe that they're able to hide their affairs, sometimes even in plain sight. So let's get into it. Here are the top 10 celebrity cheaters Hollywood is trying to hide. Number 10, David Letterman. On October the 1st, 2009, Letterman came back from a commercial break on The Late Show and asked his audience if he could tell them a story. He explained that he'd gotten into his car early one morning and found a mysterious package sitting in the back seat. Inside the package was a letter saying, "I know that you did some terrible things, and I can prove that you did these terrible things." Letterman told the audience that he immediately called his lawyer. Whoever had sent him the package wanted $2 million to keep quiet about what they knew. He then took it upon himself to reveal his secret to the audience. Letterman had been married to his wife for 6 months, and they'd been together for over 20 years when he admitted to having affairs with women who worked with him on air, specifically his longtime assistant Stephanie Burkett. The affair came to light when her boyfriend Robert Holderman, a producer at CBS, allegedly tried to extort Letterman for $2 million in exchange for his silence. The Monday after he made his confession, Letterman spoke about his infidelities on air again and had to apologize to his staff and his wife. He said, "She's been horribly hurt by my behavior. When something happens like that, if you hurt a person, it's your responsibility to try and fix it." Interestingly enough, the two of them are still together to this day. Number 9, Jesse James. Sandra Bullock and Jesse James married in 2005, and throughout the first few years of their marriage, they looked happier than ever as they attended red carpet events together. The host supported his successful wife as she won countless awards thanks to her incredible talents as an actress. But it was soon uncovered that Jesse had been cheating on Sandra for a long time with multiple women, which led him to become, by his own admission, the most hated man in the world. He eventually checked into rehab for sex addiction, and Sandra swiftly filed for divorce in 2010. At one point, he did take accountability for his actions and released a statement saying, "There is only one person to blame for this whole situation, and that is me. It's because of my poor judgment that I deserve everything bad that is coming my way." But in an interview 7 years later, he said that he had no regrets about the affair and said, "Yeah, I did cheat on my wife. Yeah, I stood up and took accountability for it and apologized, and that's the end of the story. In general, both women and men cheat. It's part of life." So in the end, it seemed like he didn't completely acknowledge his role in the downfall of his marriage. Number 8, Donald Trump Jr. In 2011, the president's son met singer Aubrey O'Day on the season 5 set of his father's reality series Celebrity Apprentice. A source close to the singer came out saying that the two of them got together towards the end of the taping of the show. According to multiple sources, they carried on an affair from late 2011 until March 2012. That is, until his wife Vanessa Trump found salacious emails between them. The married couple stayed together for some years after the affair broke out, but announced that they were divorcing in March of 2018. They released a statement saying, "After 12 years of marriage, we have decided to go our separate ways. We will always have tremendous respect for each other and our families. We have 5 beautiful children together, and they remain our top priority. We have to ask you for your privacy during this time." Shockingly, in a recent interview, Aubrey O'Day actually referred to Donald Trump Jr. as her soulmate and admitted to their long-rumored affair. She said, "When I say he was my soulmate, I'm not going to lie. I'm a very honest person, so I'm not going to say, oh, I had nothing to do with him. He's ridiculous. Like, no, he was just like me." Although she did say that she was disappointed in what he ended up becoming, she insisted that she loves him and she'll always have love for him. Number 7, Amy Robach and T.J. Holmes. Just recently, the two anchors of Good Morning America became embroiled in a crazy cheating scandal. Intense speculation has been swirling around the nature of their off-screen relationship after damning evidence of a workplace affair surfaced online. According to an explosive report from Page 6, Holmes and Robach started secretly seeing each other in March this year, which is around the same time that they started training together for the New York City Half Marathon. Shocking photos that surfaced online of the pair show them walking around upstate New York looking very close, and at one point even holding hands. Another set of photos taken in the weeks before Thanksgiving exposes that they went on a secret getaway to a remote cottage, and pictures were snapped of Holmes grabbing Robach's butt as she leaned into the trunk of a car. So at a certain point in their months-long affair, they decided to let their guard down and they got photographed cheating in broad daylight. According to an inside source, their chemistry had been on display in the newsroom for quite a while, and there were rumors circulating that they were having an affair about a year ago. But everyone ultimately chalked it up to friendship because they always said that they were both happily married. Well, clearly appearances can be deceiving, and we really have no idea what goes on behind closed doors. Number 6, Jason Derulo. Nearly 1 year after Jason and Jenna Frooms broke off their relationship, she exposed him for cheating on her throughout the whole time that they were together. When her comment section filled up with people accusing her of sleeping around on him, Jenna took to Instagram to correct the narrative. She said, "It's unfortunate my situation didn't work out because we once did aspire to be married, but maybe it's best to be single rather than be in a relationship and constantly be disrespected and cheated on and lied to. No one aspires to be a single mom, but if your non-negotiables are being tested, you'll never find peace in that relationship." The 28-year-old model insinuated that Jason had a whole roster of women during the time that they were together. She said, "If a man wants a different girl every week over his family, I'll never accept that. We will never be able to make it work happily. I was straight up told that I should turn the other cheek. I'll never be okay with sharing a lover that I love with all my heart. If the streets come first, I can't change that." She went on to say, "You don't know what women go through to try and make it work. It was never about money or dating someone famous." And while Jason has yet to publicly address these cheating allegations, it's sad to see that anyone has chosen to blame Jenna for his behavior in the first place. Number 5, Sienna Miller. Scandal erupted in 2005 when Sienna Miller's confession of love to Daniel Craig was publicly broadcast to the world while she was married to Jude Law. The two were co-stars in the 2004 film Layer Cake, and at one point after that, the two got a bit closer than they did on screen. But how did news of the affair get out? Well, a journalist actually hacked into Daniel's voicemail and retrieved a message that came from Sienna's phone number. Both parties at first tried to discredit the audio tape, but when the hearing took place for the hacking trial, it was proven to be authentic. Sienna tried to play it off and told the court that she always ended phone calls saying "I love you," insisting that it wasn't some huge declaration of love. She denied the message meant that she was in a relationship with Daniel, but she did admit to the court that they were briefly involved. Jude reportedly learned of his wife's affair from a newspaper story and called Daniel to confront him because the two of them used to be close friends. It was only years later that the actress confessed that she sabotaged her relationship and burns a whole lot of bridges after the scandal became public. Although interestingly enough, Jude would go on to have his own highly publicized affair with the couple's nanny, Daisy Wright. So realistically, they were both in the wrong at some point. Number 4, Meg Ryan. In the 90s, the actress had a squeaky clean image thanks to her role as a leading lady in many rom-coms like When Harry Met Sally and Sleepless in Seattle. But her reputation took a huge hit when it emerged that she had cheated on her then husband Dennis Quaid with her co-star Russell Crowe. Meg and Dennis had been married for 9 years and already shared a son together when she met Russell on the set of the 2000 thriller Proof of Life, and the pair had instant chemistry. But their affair reportedly caused a lot of awkwardness amongst the cast and crew, and the actress didn't even appear on the press tour because she was so worried that she would be asked about it. In fact, the film's director Taylor Hackford actually blamed the cheating scandal for the film being a flop at the box office. Meg was publicly shamed, especially after she and Dennis officially announced their separation, because it allegedly put too much pressure on their marriage. When she began dating her co-star, it really changed the public's perception of her as the quirky rom-com lead. In fact, she told The Guardian in 2003, "I was all over the tabloids, and I walked through the lobby and the place stopped. People stopped talking and stared at me." Well, just goes to show you how sensational the affair was at the time. Number 3, Kate Hudson. The actress had a massive cheating scandal with Owen Wilson while they were filming the 2006 comedy movie You, Me, and Dupree. Most likely because Kate was married to rock musician Chris Robinson for 6 years when she met Owen. The actors had a wild affair that lasted only 6 months, but it was definitely long enough to ruin Kate's relationship with her husband forever. Amid the rumors of infidelity, the Black Crowes singer ended up filing for divorce from her in November of 2006, citing irreconcilable differences and seeking joint custody of their then 2-year-old son Ryder. A month after the film opened in July, Kate and Owen were confirmed to be officially dating. But the affair didn't seem to stack up to anything, as the couple's relationship was short-lived and they broke up less than a year later. As the public started to turn against the actress, she countered the speculation by telling Harper's Bazaar that's not what happened. But looking back at the 2006 press tour, it was pretty obvious that something was happening between them because it got kind of inappropriate. Owen asked her about wearing a bikini in the film and whether or not she and her husband have ever had a third wheel experience. A lot of people felt that Owen crossed the line, and it really just seemed like they weren't doing much to hide their flirtation. Number 2, Ashton Kutcher. The actor was caught red-handed cheating on his ex-wife Demi Moore on their 6th wedding anniversary. Several years into their marriage, Ashton started having an affair with a woman called Sarah Lyle. trial. And Demi caught them in the act in a $2,500 suite at the San Diego Hard Rock Hotel. In her memoir, she wrote, "I remember the night they met. We were at a bowling alley with Rumor, and when he went to switch out our shoes, she gave him her number on a napkin. Or that's what he told me at the time. When we got home that night, he showed it to me and I said, that is just so gross. We were with our kid. I had a visceral response. It was revulsion. So the fact that he pursued her felt like a real FU. Then, instead of being remorseful for cheating on her, apparently Ashton then tried his best to justify his affairs, saying that he didn't know where their marriage stood. The couple decided to split up shortly after and filed for divorce in 2013. Since then, Ashton married his past castmate Mila Kunis, and Demi has been dating Daniel Holmes since March of 2022. Ashton and Demi were only married for 6 years, but their relationship is still a very hot topic among fans. They quickly became known for their 15-year age gap, even though many people can agree that they looked great together. And coming in at number 1, David Boreanaz. In 2010, the actor admitted to being unfaithful to his wife of 10 years, Jamie Bergman, while she was pregnant with their second child. David released a statement at the time saying, "I haven't been faithful to my wife. Our marriage has been tainted with my infidelity. I was irresponsible." But get this, he only chose to make his admission after he was involved in an alleged extortion attempt. And while he has never confirmed the identity of his mistress, Rachel Uchitel, who is the same Rachel from the Tiger Woods cheating scandal, released a statement where she confirmed that there was a romantic relationship between the two of them. Then it wasn't long before pictures surfaced of David and Rachel along with a series of their text messages. The actor has since called the cheating scandal a bonding experience in the long run with his wife, saying, "In a sacred ground like marriage, you find yourself out of it at certain times for reasons unknown that can be destructive. There could be a demon that kind of comes out and overtakes you. Do I believe in giving up? No, I don't. I'm a fighter, I'm a lover." But it's likely that he did make a very serious effort to repair their marriage after the scandal broke, considering that David and his wife Jamie are still together to this day and have been married now for more than 20 years. Well, that's everything that we have on the list for today. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you think in the comments below.